Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hello. Hello, hello, hello. It's a straw poll. Check it out, it's a straw poll. Basically, I posted a straw poll on Twitter yesterday, basically asking what the next stream game should be. Because on Saturdays, what my idea is at the minute is, what I'm doing is I stream 2 games every Saturday night. Starting at 8 o'clock, I do like an hour and a half of each one. Every week. As a series, as a sort of ongoing series. And previously what we were doing was Baldur's Gate and Battlefleet Gothic, which we just got started, Battlefleet Gothic. However, I've stopped playing Baldur's Gate. We didn't finish the game by any stretch of the imagination. We didn't even come close. But I just decided I didn't like the game and stopped playing it. I'm not really going to go into why here. If you really want to, you can check out the VOD on Twitch for it. Which pretty much concludes in an epic rant from myself on why I don't like the game and why I don't really want to carry on playing it. I'd put the game makes you put up with a lot of stuff basically, and I just kind of decided after a particular straw broke the camel's back, so to speak, that the game just wasn't for me. I was clearly not its target audience. And decided I wasn't enjoying it, and the chat pretty much agreed with me that we should play something else instead. So basically, I put it up to a vote. Now, this is a kind of non-legally binding referendum, if you like, in the sense that I have a preference of what I would like to do next, and if I really want to, I will potentially overrule the result of the poll. Use my dictatorial powers, and anyone who has anything bad to say about it will be executed via anti-aircraft gun. But I probably will end up respecting the result, but we'll see. I don't know. But mostly it's here just because I want to get an idea for what people would like to see. And that doesn't necessarily mean I want to see what definitely the next one is specifically, but I'd also like to see kind of ranked in order as well what people are interested in when it comes to other games too. So gauging from a bunch of games how much people want to see them is useful. Assuming people even know what those games are. I mean, that's when you have a problem, isn't it, really? I mean, as you can see here, I've got Dragon Age Origins, Mountain Blade, Planescape Torment, and Knights of the Old Republic on this list, but I've encountered at least a few people now who don't even know what Planescape Torment is, which is just makes me sad inside. It really does that people don't know what Planescape Torment is, because it's such a good game. But never mind. Which means it's almost certainly not going to win the poll. But nevertheless, we've got 4 choices here. Just read them out to you. Dragon Age Origins, as it says here, is a new playthrough. I won't be continuing the old Harold one because that was so long ago, and I don't even have the same save game for it anymore anyway. So forget about that. We'll just start a brand new character, brand new playthrough, because I do like Dragon Age Origins, and I think it's playing through Baldur's Gate 2, attempting to play through Baldur's Gate 2, with all of its many issues that I have with that game, really highlighted for me what I loved about Dragon Age Origins versus what I didn't like about Baldur's Gate 2, because they're ultimately somewhat similar games, but very different in many ways. And I definitely fall into the Dragon Age camp when it comes to that particular matchup of BioWare RPGs. But anyway, so that'll be a new playthrough. Mountain Blade, which would be continuing the Bob playthrough on a regular basis every Saturday, essentially. Since I've still got the mod installed, I've still got the save game. It's pretty easy to carry on with, not a problem. Although I would have to come up with a very clearly defined end point where I've decided, yep, okay, that's it. The end of the series will be here once we have accomplished X, Y, Z. Because otherwise you end up playing Mountain Blade forever, because it virtually has no ending. Well, it does if you basically conquer every single settlement in the game, but that can take you hundreds of hours to accomplish. So especially in a modded game where you've got even more settlements than in the base one. So there you go. There's Planescape Torment, which is another Infinity Engine role-playing game based on the D&D system, although I think it might use D&D 3.5. Planescape Torment, I'm not sure, rather than D&D, second edition like Baldur's Gate does. Planescape Torment, unlike Baldur's Gate 2, is a game that I have played before, and I do really, really like. I really rate it very, very highly. It's very talky. It's got lots of dialogue in it that I would have to read out, which might become a bit of a pain. But it's very, very well-written dialogue. It is the game that essentially made Chris Avellone famous. And if you don't know who Chris Avellone is, he's one of the writers, one of the big chief, important, in-charge writers who was responsible for Planescape Torment, obviously, but also the first 2 Fallout games, Pillars of Eternity, Tyranny, Fallout New Vegas, all of that still stuff. So if you've enjoyed any of those games, you desperately, desperately need to check out Planescape Torment, because, my god, it's good. It's really, really good. And unlike the new Tides of Numenera Torment game that In Exile did, Planescape Torment has a slightly better pacing, I want to say. I think I enjoyed it more. And it has an enhanced edition now as well. It released an enhanced edition of Planescape Torment a little while ago, which Chris Avellone himself, I think, was involved in working on, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, that's a thing as well. And the final one is Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, which would be continuing the playthrough with our character Brian that I made up for the Let's Play, which I haven't continued in ages. But this is only if I can, basically, only if I can dig up the save file. I think I still have it. I don't remember uninstalling it, but I'm not sure. So I'd have to go look for it. If not, if people, like an overwhelming majority, end up voting for Knights of the Old Republic, then I'd still probably do it anyway, just with a new character or something, or we'd restart Brian, basically, because that would be very easy to do. I mean, we'd have to do a lot of the Taris bullshit all over again, which would be a bit of a shame, but it wouldn't be difficult to do. So, but I think I've still got the save game somewhere. So anyway, those are your choices. Them's your choices. If one doesn't win and we don't end up doing it, it doesn't necessarily mean we'll never do it. It just means we might end up doing it as the next game after this one. But yeah, those are your choices. Dragon Age, Mountain Blade, Planescape Torment, Knights of the Old Republic. And go vote. Also use the capture thing, but go vote. I thought about making it a poll where you could pick more than one option, and maybe I should have done that, but I don't know. I decided to do it just as a sort of pick one thing this time. So yeah, go along and vote and see what you'd like to see next on the Twitch channel, which obviously will end up being put on the on the YouTube channel as well as a VOD, but obviously I'll be streaming it live rather than recording it as dedicated videos. So, but yeah, there you go. Those are your choices. Go vote. Link in the description, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.